Hey, good morning. It's not morning. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And you want to know why it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon instead of morning when I'm talking to you? Because I spent the whole morning reading a bill and writing talking points for our good friend Laura Van Tosh, who happened to be in Olympia, where it was announced today that they're having a hearing on Senate Bill 5720. Now, I'm so worked up over this that you guys are going to see a side of me that many of you have never seen before, and some of you are going to go, oh, there she is, because today is Warrior Mary, because I am super pissed. There's no other way to say this. I am so angry. I feel demeaned. I feel diminished. I feel like people are trying to tell me what to do. I feel like people are trying to take our rights away. I feel like people try to tell me what my life is like when they don't have a clue, okay? So what this bill does is it increases involuntary treatment time from 3 days, 72 hours, to 5 days, including weekends and holidays. It could be as much as a week. That's one thing. It also just randomly tacks on 90 days to some other people, which I don't know about you, but that's pretty expensive. When was the last time you got a hospital bill? Now, but that's one thing, but it expands the ability for people to detain you and me. Instead of being gravely disabled, and it still uses the same language, gravely disabled, danger to others. But what it does, for those of you who don't know, involuntary treatment acts are the ability of people to take your rights away and hospitalize you against your will. Had I landed in front of anybody of any authority in the 70s, I would have been involuntarily committed, I'm sure of it, and I would have been misdiagnosed and mistreated. I'm always grateful that I was able to just skip along in my little way and not have to run into that. Many of us were not as fortunate. Many people have known great abuses and great violation at being forced into a hospitalization based on somebody else's criteria. Not everybody, but many people have been violated. Many people have left hospitals more traumatized than they ever were when they went in. And this particular bill is based on an old-fashioned medical model that says, well, we need more hospital beds for these poor people. And we know forced treatment doesn't work. We know this, right? Forced treatment creates lifelong resistance to help. Forced treatment creates angry, bitter people that somehow think there's something wrong with them. It creates stigma and horrifying internal damage. It's not good. It's not good. Well, there's a bill in Washington state that is going to expand the ability to hospitalize people. It's going to expand as I said, your initial time will be 72 hours. Now it will be expanded to 5 days before you ever get a hearing. You don't even get to get in front of a judge to see if in fact you qualify. The cops can stop you now and detain you if they think you might qualify. So a non-mental health professional can detain you based on, whatever they think. You might qualify. Let's detain him. If you're a kid, they can take away your rights. You know what? You don't need an attorney. We're going to deny your right to an attorney. Evaluation and treatment centers can force you into treatment that they get paid to provide. You can have involuntary medication, involuntary outpatient medication. So basically, pharmaceutical companies get to force medication on you. Insurance companies get to decide what medication you have to take, and then your mental health provider is going to enforce you to take it. It's draconian. It's old-fashioned. It's based on a medical model. It's based on theories that we know don't work and that we know are harmful. And why is it? Because they think that we can't do anything about it. They think we're stupid. They think we're ill-informed. They think we're disorganized. They think we lack insight. I really want to shout an expletive right now, but I know that I'm on live Facebook, so I'm not going to. I think they're wrong. What do you think? I think we are smart. I think we are organized. I think we know what we need. I think we love our brothers and sisters who are less fortunate than us, that wind up involuntarily treated, and we know how important it is that we all stand up for their rights. Just because you don't need involuntary treatment doesn't mean that you don't have to fight against it. We can still fight against this for the people who are being currently detained against their will. And there's a whole 150, 250, however many the number changes every day, of people who can't get out because the state says there's nowhere for them to go. They're ready. They're ready for discharge. Nowhere for them to go, so the state's just going to keep them. The system is broken, friends. More hospitals and more forced treatment is not the answer. We have got to fight this. There's a hearing today at 1:30, and I'm going to put a link in my comments here of what our good friend Laura Van Tosh, who's in Olympia, and she's going to be there fighting a good fight for us. And she's there. Thank God she's there. And I put together some stuff and sent it to her. And whether she reads it or not, I don't know. But it's a basic summary. It's a 1 minute and 57-second summary of why this bill is bad. Laura, read fast. Now, there are some people who have decided not to join us in this fight. People who I think would be a natural ally. Disability Rights of Washington. Disability Rights of Washington has decided it's not a priority. There's a bill that's dropped that is completely stripping us from our rights of notification. Oh, one of the things is that they take away time limits. So basically, you could potentially be in forced treatment for life. I could go on. But this basically is stripping us of our rights. Systematic, right after right after right, right of notification, right of time limits. All of this is being taken away in this bill, and Disability Rights Oregon says, meh, not our priority. I'm kind of hot around that right now. I just find that to be an outrageous betrayal. If you seem to think so, I suggest that you contact them and ask them to please fight with us in this fight. We need every ally we can get. And so the person that I contacted, and you may be able to do the same thing, is their executive director, and his name is Mark Stoll. And I emailed them at info@dr-wa.org. If they don't know that we think it's important that they fight for our rights, since the name of their organization is Disability Rights of Washington, I don't understand it. So, however, apparently I'm asking outrageous things by asking them to please fight with us. They're kind of annoyed with me for that.